What are your financial goals, both short-term and long-term?
Well, in the short term, I want to save for a vacation. Long term, it's buying a house.
Great. How do you plan to achieve those goals?
For the vacation, I'm setting aside a portion of my monthly income. And for the house, I'm researching mortgage options.
That sounds organized. Have you ever created a budget?
Yes, I have. It helps me track my expenses.
What strategies do you use to stick to your budget?
I use cash envelopes for certain categories like groceries. It's easier to control spending that way.
Ah, the envelope method. That's smart. I prefer using budgeting apps.
Apps can be handy too. Which one do you use?
I use a popular one called Mint. It links to my bank accounts and categorizes expenses automatically.
That sounds efficient. Do you set specific budget limits for each category?
Yes, I do. It helps me see where I might be overspending.
I should try that app. How about saving for emergencies?
I have an emergency fund. It's essential for unexpected expenses.
How do you decide how much to save in your emergency fund?
I aim for at least 3 months' worth of living expenses.
That's wise. I should start an emergency fund too. Do you invest your money?
Yes, I do. I have a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds.
Sounds complicated. How did you learn about investing?
I read books and took online courses. It's not as daunting as it seems.
I'm intrigued. Any advice for beginners like me?
Start with index funds. They're a good way to begin investing without too much risk.
Thanks for the tip. I'll look into it. Have you ever had to deal with debt?
Yes, I had student loans. It took some time, but I paid them off.
That's impressive. How did you manage to pay off your loans?
I made extra payments whenever I could and lived frugally for a while.
Living frugally can be tough. How did you stay motivated?
I kept my long-term financial goals in mind. It helped me stay focused.
I need that kind of discipline. I have some credit card debt.
It's manageable. Create a plan to pay it off gradually and avoid high interest charges.
I'll do that. Thanks for the advice. Do you use credit cards?
Yes, but I pay the balance in full each month to avoid interest.
Smart move. Credit cards can be tricky. How do you choose the right one?
I look for cards with cashback rewards and no annual fees. It's a win-win.
Cashback sounds appealing. I'll explore those options. Do you have any financial role models?
Warren Buffett is a great role model. His investment wisdom is legendary.
He's impressive. I'll read more about him. How about charitable giving?
I donate a portion of my income to charities I care about. It feels good to give back.
That's admirable. I should get involved in charitable work too.
Do you invest your money?
Yes, I do. I invest in stocks and bonds. How about you?
I'm interested but unsure where to start. What's your reason for investing?
Investing helps my money grow over time, and it's a way to build wealth.
That sounds appealing. What's the difference between stocks and bonds?
Stocks represent ownership in a company, while bonds are like loans to companies or governments.
I see. What are the pros of investing in stocks?
Stocks have the potential for higher returns over the long term.
And the cons?
They can be volatile. Prices can go up and down quickly.
What about bonds? What are their advantages?
Bonds are generally less risky and provide regular interest payments.
Any disadvantages?
They may offer lower returns compared to stocks.
Got it. Are there other types of investments?
Yes, there's real estate. It involves buying properties for rental income or appreciation.
What are the pros of real estate investments?
Real estate can provide a steady income stream and potential property value appreciation.
And the cons?
It requires significant upfront capital, and it's less liquid than stocks or bonds.
Liquidity is important. How do you decide where to invest your money?
I consider my financial goals, risk tolerance, and the time I can commit to managing investments.
It's a personalized approach. How do you manage risk in your investments?
Diversification helps. I spread my investments across different assets to reduce risk.
Diversification makes sense. Do you invest on your own or with professional help?
I manage my investments myself. It saves on fees, but it requires research.
Research is key. Are there any investment apps or platforms you recommend?
There are many good ones like Robinhood, E-Trade, and Vanguard. It depends on your needs.
I'll explore those options. Do you have any tips for beginners like me?
Start with a low-cost index fund. It's a simple way to begin investing.
Index funds seem less risky. How do you stay informed about your investments?
I follow financial news and read books on investing. Staying informed is crucial.
Reading is a great habit. Any book recommendations?
The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham is a classic.
I'll add it to my reading list. Are there any red flags in investing to watch out for?
Be cautious of get-rich-quick schemes and high-pressure sales tactics.
Good advice. Scams can be tempting. What's your long-term investment strategy?
I aim for steady growth and periodically rebalance my portfolio.
Rebalancing is important to maintain a diversified portfolio. How about taxes on investments?
Taxes vary by country. It's essential to understand tax implications and plan accordingly. Let's talk about spending habits. What are yours like?
Well, I'm careful with groceries but tend to splurge on tech gadgets.
Interesting. I save on dining out. Do you think culture affects spending?
Definitely. In my culture, gifting is important, so I spend more on gifts.
That makes sense. In my culture, saving for the future is emphasized, so I prioritize that.
It's fascinating how culture shapes our spending choices, right?
Absolutely. It reflects our values and traditions. How do you control your tech splurges?
I set a monthly tech budget. Once it's gone, no more gadgets.
That's discipline. I use cash for groceries to limit spending.
Cash helps you see what you're spending. What about saving money?
I automate savings from my paycheck. It's effortless that way.
Automation is a great strategy. I transfer money to a savings account too.
We're on the same page about saving. Have you noticed generational differences in spending habits?
Yes, older generations tend to save more, while younger ones spend on experiences.
That's true. Younger people value travel and unique experiences.
And older generations prioritize homeownership and retirement savings.
It's a shift in priorities. How do you handle impulsive spending?
I wait 24 hours before buying something on impulse. It helps me decide if I really need it.
That's a great tip. Delayed gratification can prevent unnecessary spending.
Exactly. How about you? Any strategies for curbing spending?
I create a shopping list and stick to it. It keeps me focused.
Lists are effective. They keep us on track. Do you have a guilty pleasure you sometimes overspend on?
Gadgets, definitely. I can't resist the latest tech.
Haha, gadgets are tempting. For me, it's designer shoes.
We all have our weaknesses. How do you balance splurging and saving?
I set a splurge limit each month and ensure I save a portion too.
That's a smart way to enjoy and save. What about seasonal sales? Do you shop during those?
Yes, I do. I wait for sales to buy big-ticket items.
Sales can be a money-saving opportunity. I use price comparison apps for the best deals.
Price comparison apps are handy. How about cultural celebrations? Do they impact your spending?
Yes, during festivals, I spend more on gifts and special foods.
Festivals are a big deal in many cultures. They can lead to increased spending.
It's all about striking a balance. Do you have any financial goals linked to your spending habits?
Yes, I want to save for a dream vacation, so I'm more mindful of my spending now.
That's a great goal. It motivates you to make smarter spending choices.
Exactly. What about you? Any specific goals tied to your spending habits?
I'm saving for a down payment on a house. So, I'm cutting back on non-essentials.
A house is a big goal. Sacrifices now for a better future, right?
Absolutely. It's all about long-term financial security. Have you tried any money-saving challenges?
Yes, I did a no-spend month once. It was eye-opening.
No-spend challenges are great for awareness. Did it change your habits?
It did. I realized I could cut back on non-essentials without sacrificing happiness.
That's a valuable lesson. Small changes can lead to big savings.
What do you do for a living?
I work as a software developer. How about you?
I'm a teacher. Do you have any side gigs?
Yes, I freelance as a web designer. It's a nice additional income stream.
Freelancing sounds interesting. Have you ever negotiated your salary?
Yes, a couple of times. It can be nerve-wracking, but it's necessary.
Any tips for successful negotiations?
Research industry standards and be confident in your value. Also, practice your negotiation pitch.
That's helpful. I negotiated once and got a raise. It felt empowering.
That's great. Confidence pays off in negotiations. How did you approach it?
I highlighted my achievements and explained how they benefited the company.
Smart strategy. I did something similar in my last negotiation.
It's all about showcasing your contributions. Did you ever negotiate a job offer?
Yes, once when I switched companies. They were open to negotiation.
What did you negotiate in the job offer?
I negotiated a higher starting salary and additional vacation days.
Impressive. Negotiating benefits can improve work-life balance. Did you negotiate benefits too?
Yes, I asked for better healthcare coverage and remote work options.
Remote work is a game changer. How did they respond?
They agreed to some of my requests, which made me feel valued.
That's a win-win. Negotiating can improve job satisfaction. Have you ever faced rejection in negotiations?
Yes, I have. Sometimes, they can't meet your demands.
How did you handle rejection?
I remained polite and asked if there was room for compromise.
Good approach. Keeping the door open for future talks is smart. Did you eventually find common ground?
In some cases, yes. In others, I had to decide if the job was still a good fit.
It's essential to evaluate the overall package. Have you ever considered changing careers for better earning potential?
I've thought about it. Career shifts can bring new opportunities.
What kind of career change interests you?
Maybe something in data science. It's a growing field.
That's exciting. Pursuing your passion can lead to higher earnings.
Exactly, and it keeps things interesting. How about you? Any career changes on your mind?
Not at the moment. Teaching is my passion, but I explore other income avenues.
Teaching is admirable. What are your other income sources?
I tutor students part-time, and I'm working on an educational blog.
That's diversifying your income streams. Do you find it challenging to balance your job and side hustles?
It can be. Time management is key. How do you manage your work and freelancing?
I schedule dedicated time for freelancing and stick to it. Setting boundaries is crucial.
Boundaries are vital. It's easy to overcommit. Do you have any time-saving tips for freelancers?
Automate tasks wherever possible, and use project management tools.
Those are practical tips. Automation can free up time for more work. Have you ever faced late payments as a freelancer?
Unfortunately, yes. It can be frustrating.
How do you handle late payments?
I send polite reminders and establish clear payment terms upfront.
Setting expectations early is wise. It avoids misunderstandings. Have you considered creating multiple income streams?
Yes, I'm exploring passive income options like investing in stocks.
Investing is a smart way to grow wealth. Do you follow any investment strategies?
I diversify my portfolio to spread risk. It's a long-term game.
Diversification is a safe bet. What's your approach to risk tolerance?
I assess my risk tolerance and adjust my investments accordingly.
Sounds prudent. Investing requires careful planning.
Have you ever had to deal with debt?
Yes, I had student loans. I managed by creating a repayment plan and budgeting carefully. How about you?
I have some credit card debt. I'm trying to pay it off gradually.
It's important to tackle it step by step. What's your strategy?
I make more than the minimum payments and avoid adding more debt.
That's a good approach. High interest rates can be challenging. Do you have any advice for someone trying to build good credit?
Yes, paying bills on time is crucial. It shows responsibility to lenders.
True, on-time payments positively affect your credit score. What else can help?
Keeping credit card balances low relative to the credit limit also helps build good credit.
That's called credit utilization, and it matters. Have you checked your credit score recently?
Not yet. How often should I check it?
You can check it annually for free. It's a good way to monitor your financial health.
I'll do that. Any other tips for building credit?
Having a mix of credit types, like credit cards and loans, can also improve your score.
Variety is important. I'll consider that. Did you face any challenges while managing your debt?
Yes, balancing debt payments with other expenses was challenging, but budgeting helped.
Budgeting is key to financial stability. Did you seek professional advice for your debt?
No, I researched online and spoke to financial experts for guidance.
How important is financial literacy, do you think?
It's crucial. People need to understand money management. Schools should offer practical courses and teach real-life skills.
I agree. What could schools do to teach it better?
Schools should start early, explaining basic concepts. They should also involve professionals and use interactive methods.
Practicality is key. Do you think people should take financial courses or workshops outside of school?
Absolutely. Lifelong learning is essential. Courses provide specialized knowledge and workshops offer practical skills.
Continuous learning keeps us financially savvy. What financial topics do you think are most important to teach?
Budgeting, saving, investing, and understanding loans and credit are crucial topics. They're practical for daily life.
Those are the essentials. Financial literacy empowers individuals and improves society.
Exactly. It's a life skill everyone should have. How did you learn about finances?
Mostly through reading books and online resources. Self-education played a big role.
Self-learning is valuable. Have you taken any financial courses or workshops?
Yes, I attended workshops on investing and budgeting. They provided practical knowledge.
Hands-on learning is effective. Would you recommend financial courses to others?
I would, especially if someone wants to deepen their knowledge in specific areas.
Specialized courses can be beneficial. What's your opinion on free financial resources online?
They're great for beginners. They provide a good starting point for self-education.
Accessible resources level the playing field. Do you think financial education should be mandatory in schools?
Yes, it should be a core part of the curriculum. It prepares students for the real world.
Mandatory education ensures everyone gets a foundation. How can we encourage adults to pursue financial education?
Offering tax incentives for attending financial courses could motivate adults to learn.
Tax incentives are a clever idea. It's a win-win for personal growth and government revenue.
Exactly, and employers could also encourage financial education by providing resources and workshops.
Workplace programs would be convenient. Do you think financial literacy can reduce poverty rates?
Absolutely. When people understand money, they can make better financial decisions and improve their lives.
It's a powerful tool for social change. Financial literacy benefits individuals and society.
Agreed. Let's hope for a future where financial education is accessible to all.
What financial challenges do you think young people face today that previous generations didn't?
Well, I think student loan debt and housing affordability are huge challenges.
You're right. The cost of education and housing has skyrocketed. How do you think these challenges affect young people's lives?
It's tough. Student loan debt delays financial milestones like buying a home or saving for retirement.
And housing affordability makes it hard to find stable, affordable housing. Young people often rent for longer periods.
Exactly. And many of us worry about job stability and retirement. Economic crises like the 2008 recession and the recent pandemic have shown how quickly everything can change.
Economic crises have a profound impact. Job losses, financial insecurity, and stress are common during these times.
Families can struggle to make ends meet. Some have to dip into savings or even declare bankruptcy.
It's a challenging cycle. But it also highlights the importance of emergency funds and financial preparedness.
True. We need to learn from these crises and be more financially resilient.
Absolutely. So, what do you think young people can do to face these challenges?
Well, we should prioritize financial education to make informed decisions and build a safety net.
Learning about budgeting, investing, and debt management is crucial. It empowers us to make better financial choices.
And we should advocate for policies that address issues like student loan debt and housing affordability.
Active participation in advocacy can lead to positive changes. It's important to use our voices.
Agreed. Financial challenges are tough, but we can overcome them with knowledge and collective action.
Do you donate money to charities or volunteer your time?
I donate money when I can and volunteer occasionally. Giving back feels rewarding. How about you?
I do both as well. It's important to contribute to causes we care about. Why do you think giving back is important?
Well, it helps those in need, and it strengthens communities. It's a way to make a positive impact.
That's true. It's a collective effort to address societal issues. Speaking of which, what role do you think philanthropy plays in tackling such issues?
Philanthropy can fund research, provide resources, and support nonprofits. It complements government efforts and can drive change.
Philanthropy can fill gaps and drive innovation. It's a powerful force for good. Do you have a favorite cause you support?
I'm passionate about education and environmental conservation. I support organizations working in those areas. How about you?
I'm involved in initiatives related to poverty alleviation and healthcare access. It's fulfilling work.
Those are crucial causes. It's inspiring to see people making a difference. Have you ever volunteered abroad?
Yes, I volunteered in a medical mission in a developing country. It was an eye-opening experience.
Volunteering abroad can be transformative. It exposes you to different challenges and cultures.
Absolutely. It broadens your perspective and deepens your empathy. Have you encountered any challenges in your charitable work?
Fundraising can be challenging, and not all projects succeed. But perseverance is key.
Challenges can be opportunities for growth. And even small contributions can have a big impact.
That's true. Every bit helps. How do you choose the organizations you support?
I research their mission, track record, and financial transparency. I want to ensure my contributions are used effectively.
Research is important to make sure your donations make a difference. Do you think philanthropy should be more widely encouraged?
Yes, it should. Governments and businesses can promote philanthropic efforts, and schools can teach the value of giving back.
Philanthropy education is a great idea. It instills a sense of responsibility to society. Do you believe in anonymous giving?
I do. Anonymous giving removes the ego from philanthropy and keeps the focus on the cause.
It's a humble way to make an impact. How do you balance your charitable efforts with personal financial goals?
I allocate a portion of my income to giving back. It's a budgeted expense, just like any other.
That's a smart approach. It ensures you can give without compromising your financial stability.
Exactly. It's important to strike a balance. How about you? How do you manage your charitable giving?
I use a similar approach. I set aside a percentage of my income, so it's a planned commitment.
Planning ensures consistency. Do you involve your family in charitable activities?
Yes, I encourage my family to volunteer together. It's a bonding experience and teaches empathy.
Family involvement is a wonderful way to pass on values. Generosity can be a family tradition,